Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade, and well, in this one I wanted to talk about first week gearing. What can we do to get as much of a head start before Mythic Plus and raiding get gear. So here I'm gonna give you some tips about that, and with that being said, let's go into the video. Okay, so first up, I think everyone has heard this: do your Mythic 0 dungeon. So this week we can actually do some of them, except Tasavesh the Veiled Market, which is going to be released on the 12th of August. Every other Mythic 0 dungeon we can do at the moment, and they are incredibly lucrative this season because they are now giving champion level gear. So go do every single one of those 6 Mythic 0 dungeons. There's really powerful things that you can get from there. Aside from weapons, some of the trinkets here are just really strong. The Arakara Sackroot, which is one of the best for Retribution Paladins from dungeons. And Priority of the Sacred Flame has the Signet of Priority, which is really good for us because we have some changes for Templar and Divine Hammer, which makes us basically a 2-minute cooldown class. So the Signet is just really good for us, and also Operation Flutigate, that gives us a very nice stat stick with Improvised Sephorium Pacemaker. So yeah, go do your Mythic Zeros, go do 6 of them, and after that do 2 more for no gear, because you want to fill your vault with Mythic 0 dungeons, so do 8 Mythic 0 dungeons to fill this, so maybe you can have a chance to get some tier on the next reset. So now, with that being said, let's go to the next tip. Okay guys, so the next tip is the following. So a lot of people, I haven't actually seen anyone mentioning this, and Horrific Visions had an upgrade on the gear that they can give you, and it's really good if you want a decent weapon to start the season. So see this guy, the Churny guy, he used to give heroic item level gear last season, but now Blizzard updated him to give you veteran item level gear. How do you unlock this guy? You just have to do a 5 mask run on Horrific Visions, and you can buy any weapon, one-handers, two-handers, you can even buy shields, so they are pretty good if you can get them, because you can upgrade these to 691 item level, which is my current weapon max. I had a champion weapon, but I don't have the crest to upgrade him for further, so a 691 weapon is a pretty good start for next week. Not only that, in Horrific Visions, if you do a 5 mask run, the chest that you get at the end will also give you a veteran piece of gear, which obviously can be any single slot from here, but there are some very lucrative slots, especially if you're a Retribution Paladin. You can get the Void Whittle Spike at 691 item level, which is just a flat stat stick with strength and a lot of critical strike, which is really good. Or you can get the Dark Dreamer's Talisman, another just stat stick with strength and haste, which are really good to start this season with. So yeah, just go do your 5 mask Horrific Visions. Just do 1 though, don't do the 4 masks unless you really need the gear, because whenever you do the 4 mask run, your chest at the end is only going to give you Adventurer track gear, which is not very good, so yeah, at least do the 5 mask run. Now let's go to the next tip. Okay guys, the next tip is doing delves. Yes, you gotta do a lot of delves this week because they are going to be very important starting the Mythic Plus and raiding season, because they give you a vault slot, so actually 3 vault slots. So I recommend you to do 8 tier 8 delves so you can fill every single slot here, and you have a chance to start the season with an extra tier set piece. So yeah, go do your delves. Now, the other tip that I'm going to give you here is for the world boss. So Rationer the Untethered. This boss is very annoying to do on Koresh. It's located here on the map. Let me show you. Here in Koresh, it's somewhere in this part of the map. You're gonna see a world quest that you can go. The boss is, it takes very long to kill. It's kind of like a 10-minute fight because people are just dying over and over, but it's kind of lucrative. It's going to give you a 688 piece of gear. Sadly, this is very random. Sometimes it's going to give you a piece of gear that you can use. Sometimes it's going to give you a piece of gear that you can't because it's bind to the Warbound, So yeah, it's hit or miss, but still good idea to go and do the world boss. And now with that, let's go to the next tip. Okay guys, so in the last tip I have for you is, well, do your reputation gains, because well, even though the gains from the reputation track are not so huge, you know, it's something that you can do this first week. There's not much that you can actually do after you finish your Mythic Zeros and do your Dells, because well, Mythic Zeros reset on the next Tuesday, you know, so there's no repeating those. And well, delves don't give you much after you finish them on level 8. So finishing up your reputations to get some renown extra levels is really good, and try to do all the side quests, all the war quests that you can get here, because there's some pretty nice stuff that you can get on the way to level 18, which is the goal. You know, whenever you get to level 18, you are going to be able to buy the infinite rune for this expansion, which is going to give you around 750 main stats, so it's a pretty decent boost and extra stats that is pretty much just going to cost you a bit of gold, but after that it's going to pay itself, you know, with the stats. On the way there, you're going to be getting some extra pieces, like for example on level 7 you're gonna get a chest piece that's 668 veteran track, which you can upgrade to 691, you know, which is pretty decent. You can get also some crests, valor stone, and all those good things. You know, this is my last tip, because well, yeah, the renown track is not very lucrative, and it's probably going to be the last thing you're going to be doing this week, you know, before maybe you move to an alt or something like that. But still, do it because the reward at level 18 is worth it. The rune is infinite, so it's free stats. And well, that's going to be the last tip of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and it was informative, and if it was, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.